Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin.
I'll start. And let's just clap 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of thing. Is that cool?
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
Okay.
And I say start.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start. I'm tired. Why am I tired, Jackie?
Why are you tired?
I swam.
Did you go swimming like a big girl? Yeah.
I did. I did. And then
out.
yesterday I did yoga. I went to...
Oh my God, you did things.
I did. And because up until now I wasn't supposed to raise my arms over my head. So it was hot yoga. I haven't done hot yoga since March of last year. So that was a shock to my system. And then just any sort of exercise was a little extra shock.
Right.
But also my fear that the yoga community is less vaxxed than everybody else because teachers keep saying things like, this is detoxing you and, just stuff that's actually not medically accurate. Like your downward dog doesn't do as much work as your liver does. So,
right.
It just, I don't know. It's weird. Like I can only tell you it's a vibe that I get from this studio in particular that
you love dearly.
I do, that they think it's bullshit. And, so I wore a mask the whole time in hot yoga and it was very uncomfortable.
That is not comfortable.
But it's uncomfortable anyway, so I can't tell if it just made it 98% instead of 97% uncomfortable.
Did you feel like a person though, swimming and doing hot yoga?
Yeah, it felt so good to be in the pool.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah. It just was good to not be like treating myself like I'm made of glass, and just do my regular shit.
And are you just sore from working out, or like do your boobs feel okay, or okay?
Boobs are fine.
Everything.
Got my before and afters. The doctor's office has like a 3-ring setup where they take your pictures. They look amazing. Even the befores, I was like, whoa, those are some pretty ones, but they're so well lit. I've never been lit that well on a TV show, honestly. So it was kind of cool to see because I guess I hadn't taken any pictures ahead,
of your own breasts.
No,
I feel like that's a win. I don't know. I have no pictures of my boobs.
Yeah. I mean, and then I guess Apple, so I took he printed them out for me. So even he's like, didn't send them digitally, which is kind of cool. And so I took pictures of the prints. And then I guess in on the iPhone, you have a folder called Hidden where you can store your naked pictures.
Oh, there you go, kids. Good to know.
I assume you have to know the, you like your password to open the folder, or we all have Hidden on our folder, and it'd be pretty easy to find.
Right. The fact that I have a document named TMI.
Right.
Not helping. Woof 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 woof. Hey, Charmy.
Oh boy. Should I? I'm.
You want to close the door?
Let me close the door. That'll help a little bit. Just
okay.
A sec.
She stepped away to close the door. Can you hear the chimes, though? It's very soothing. Anyway, let's watch her put her headphones back in. This has been...
When the pandemic started,
yes.
I moved my iMac, which is it's an old iMac. It has very limited storage. It's a piece of, like I've had to move everything to cloud storage services because I was running out of room, right?
Right.
So it's not valuable. So, if it gets stolen, everything's backed up and on the cloud and et cetera. It'll just be annoying. But I had it in my room, and you remember my mom barging into my room during podcasts and stuff like that.
Sure.
And so then I decided it's got to go out of the room. I'm tired of having a business center at the foot of my bed. It's really, it doesn't make me happy.
The feng shui on that blows, by the way.
It really does. So I put it out in the garage, and so there's a lot of activity in the garage, so I apologize.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. It's, because are you in the garage right now?
The laundry room. It's actually in the laundry room.
Oh, okay. Oh, you've turned
Yeah.
where the treadmill used to be. That has that great
Yeah.
picture of your mom behind us. In
Yes,
that one
that's
episode,
right.
she was on the
Yes.
treadmill.
That's right. Yeah. That's where, yep, I feel her spirit
Sure.
as I move slowly through this podcast.
Okay, so what I did today was I did a Sunday services on a Saturday, which confused several people.
Sure.
But it was really fun. It was genuinely fun to see the same, it was the same 40 people, a lot of the same 40 people who come every week. And then it was Carmen Morales and Maria Bamford did sets, and then Vance Sanders and Irene too.
Oh, cool. That sounds like fun.
It was really fun.
I was getting my roots done.
Nice.
So I couldn't, it was too late to change that appointment around, but I always love a set.
Right.
The Zoom shows are on the decline.
Yep.
It used to be a lot of Zoomers all the time. And while I dislike them intensely for the reasons we all do, it was always nice to perform. And so there's fewer of them because things are opening back up and people are really tired of Zoom. And so I'm actually getting less stage time now that the clubs are opening back up.
Right, because of, and this week that was the reason I had the Zoom show, is because I didn't have any sets this week. And so I was like, oh, well then clearly I'll be doing a Zoom show so that I can at least get one set. And
Yeah, like right now we're in this weird time where the clubs are opening up slowly so that they don't have many shows available and every comic has lost their mind and wants every set, which, I mean, including myself and you included. So there's not many spots available,
right? Zoom decline, but but the great thing about, go ahead, I forget.
No, but I mean, like, I guess on the 15th, it's everything's open, and I'm assuming all the clubs will be back to their normal amount of shows, including Monday nights and Tuesday nights and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I did get a heads up from Josh at Flappers saying, you know how they always say, if there's someone famous, we got to move your weekend. And so someone famous came. It would be ironic if it was also George Lopez again.
Lopez. Wait, who is it? Put it in the chat.
I don't know.
I'll decide if they're famous enough. Oh, okay.
I don't know. But
what if we got to decide?
Oh,
I don't think so. I asked four of my friends. They don't know who that person is.
Right. That would actually be hilarious. But he was like, we could give you just a different weekend in the main room, or we could put you in the Yoo-Hoo room. And I was like, no, I need the sets. Put me in the Yoo-Hoo room. And I like the Yoo-Hoo room.
Love the Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah, love the Yoo-Hoo. Yeah.
Yes. I did a corporate, or not a corporate. It was a private show at Flappers. I think for friends and family of some group there or something. A couple nights ago, like maybe Wednesday night. So it's first time in Flappers, since March. And
I saw a picture of you at the green room. I saw it.
Oh yeah, so it was in the old green room. It's doing fine. The Jeff Garland bathroom is still. I think
still
there's
working.
a Jeff Garland dump inside one of the toilets still. But it's great. And then the Yoo-Hoo, they added a green room to the Yoo-Hoo room. So
did they?
Yes, so it's off to the side of the stage. It's some office I didn't even know existed that you can enter from the outside, like the street. First, and just go on stage go enter the Yoo-Hoo stage from this corner.
Wow!
And it's nicer than the other green room. It's bigger and sweet.
I wonder if Jeff Garland would want to put a toilet over there.
What if that was his contribution to America, as he just keeps adding toilets?
Right. Maybe he's got,
and we need him.
We need him. Like if he's going to be the guy who's going to provide the correct plumbing of plumbing.
But I think they wanted to get comics out of that hallway where everyone just sort of hangs out.
Oh, that sort of where the wait staff is trying to ring things up.
Right. Yeah. So it's nice. It's nice.
Good for them. Good for. I can't wait to see it. I don't have any sets there recently, but I'm really looking. I'm looking forward to it. And what else happened? I ended up. I took your advice last week and just decided to figure out some door deals. So we're gonna do Portland, you and I.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and because I was like, you're like, I could come with you, and I'm like, but I need the long set. You're like, no, I'll go anyway. And so
I'll just do 15, 20 or something.
no, 30's fine.
Say?
30's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh my God, I only have 28, Jackie.
well, yeah, right. And but it's so funny because she's advertising it as both of us. Did you see that?
Because
we're both there.
That's fine. I don't care.
And then I've gotten at least 5 people asking if they could host. So, Portland Comics, and I was like,
Cool.
I'm pretty sure she wanted to host, or she had someone in mind. But
Yeah.
and then I asked
The lady that owns Sirens.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then the other thing was, so I pinged the Creek in the Cave because Laura House happens to be in Austin, Texas, and I'm like, do you want to do a guest set? And so I'm hoping that Laura House will get to do a guest set.
That'd be great.
At the Creek in the Cave when I'm there. I think it's in 2 weeks. So I'm going to Big Sur. I should slow down. I have many things to talk about.
Yeah, slow down.
right.
First of all, did you get a decent airfare to Austin? You didn't have much time.
I did. I believe it's frequent flyer mile tour, right?
Ah, gotcha.
What I did buy though with cash, because why did I buy it with cash? That's interesting. What am I doing? Oh, I must have. I fucked it up, kind of. Because Andy's coming to Minneapolis
Oh, okay.
for the recording of my album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna come with me, but he's gonna. So we're gonna fly to Minneapolis. We're gonna be in Minneapolis. Then we're gonna fly to Milwaukee, stare at my dad and my brother and his kids for a couple of days, and then come home on my birthday. And and then Maria was like, do you want to go to Tacoma on your birthday and open for me? And I was like, sort of, except for that A, it's my birthday, and B, I'll be flying back from Milwaukee. So she ended up just picking another friend of ours, and so she's going to do Tacoma with Winter Spears.
Oh, cool. Tacoma Comedy Club? Mm-hmm. Oh, right on.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Cool. And that'll be a great show. So,
yeah.
Anyway, but all of this, because I've been using all the frequent flyer miles to fly first class.
Oh man, you got greedy, and you're gonna pay a price for that.
Yeah, I'm paying to fly first class to Minneapolis because I wanted to, and I wanted with Andy. That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You start having nice things, and then you want them forever. That's right. Why if you can deny yourself anything that's good, you'll lead a wholesome life.
Wow. It's great to hear that that your mom lives. So that is I think that it's something that I don't know that I'll be able to sustain it. Mm-hmm. But I'm definitely going to do it for at least July. I'm recording my album. I'm going to treat myself on this trip, and then I'll get back to, hoping for an exit row. So it'll be fine.
I'm flying up to Portland.
Yep.
Got a hotel, got my favorite hotel chain. I'll say afterwards. I'm sure I flatter myself that I have stalkers. But I'm going to bring my child with me, and we're going to go float around downtown Portland. Maybe we'll get arrested. I'm pretty excited.
Right.
There's federal troops that are unmarked, and, currently? I'm not sure if it's still going on. I should check, but that happened a lot in Portland for a while.
It did. Well, it was. Yeah. There's all kinds of. I have so many things I wanted to just talk about because. I know what I was going to brag about. Airplane wise, is I'm flying because I'm doing Indianapolis right before I do Alameda in September.
Yeah.
And so
what are you doing in Indianapolis?
I'll put it in the chat. It's
Is it Crackers? Is Crackers still open?
I don't know that it is.
Okay.
So, but it's just a private at this point.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
So, but So I'm going to fly to Indianapolis on Southwest. And I used points on Southwest
Okay.
to get business select, which means A1 through 15.
Oh, that's gonna be a long flight.
Yeah.
There's not enough points to offset a
Southwest.
multi-stop because they don't fly direct to Indy, right?
They do.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they fly direct to Indianapolis. How weird is
Okay.
that? And if I have that right, I may not have that right. I may have to go to Vegas. But the whatever it was,
Yeah.
it ended up. You know how expensive it is to fly to Indianapolis? It's always like $800.
It's shocking. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm flying one way to Indianapolis, one way to Alameda, which is Oakland,
Yeah.
and then Oakland to Burbank. And I think I got it all for about $600.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it ended up, and in September when I do Alameda, I'm hoping they'll be up to capacity. Though everybody keeps saying, we're going to pack them in, it's going to be capacity. And I'm like, yeah, still fire codes, right, assholes? So, I mean, please do not go
Jackie,
overboard.
don't be one of those fire code Nazis, honestly.
Wow.
Let the people laugh, okay?
There's so many regular Nazis out. I don't have to be a fire code Nazi. You're right.
I had some of my best sets in clubs that were not observing fire codes and had paid off the fire department, according to what I heard, when they come in for checks.
Oh, my God. So this week's drama, though, stand-up comedy drama. With what's-his-face.
You mean the thread this is Saturday. It's Saturday afternoon. So the thread that started this morning?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, that guy he's been an elbow squeezer since the dawn of man. So I'm not surprised that people are mad at him. Plus, he thinks he's being funny, but he's always vaguely rude. He's not even vaguely rude.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. I worked with him on a TV show. So my first introduction to him wasn't of a comic needing
anything,
his approval, right? And
right.
So I've always had like a different relationship with him.
Has he ever booked you?
It took a while. It took a while to get booked.
But he did?
Yeah. I mean, like you said in your tweet, there are so many other men that did so many other things. I always considered that just sort of a personality defect.
Well, you know what?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is from when we came up.
I know.
And not even, and even the two generations of comics beneath us, right? Anybody who's started in the last, like we started 30 odd years ago. Anybody who started 20 odd years ago, and probably yesterday for all I know, are used to a certain amount of too much information, too much feedback from owners and bookers, right? Club owners and bookers who want to tell you how to do stand-up comedy and
how to be a female.
And
how to be the female that they're attracted to.
Right. And specifically how to be a female comic and how to be a better looking woman, what they're really looking for. And, the stuff that he said to me, I always brushed it off because of how many bookers have told me to lose weight and how many bookers have told me to dumb it down and how many bookers, and I'm just like, I'm not that smart. I'm not even that fat. I don't even understand what you're saying.
Right.
I was like, what? It always stopped me in my tracks when anyone would mention anything about my looks. It was almost a male comic kind of response because I was always like, well, it doesn't have anything to do with it. And they were always looking at me like, you don't get that it has something to do with it?
They're like, you don't get that it only has everything to do with
That's
it? Like, why are you, what are these jokes you're telling? I don't get it.
I know that you're saying stuff, but I'm just looking and wishing you were 11 ounces lighter on your left side because I like a side boob. And it took me, 20 odd years to realize that that's exactly what they wanted, right? That they were actually, because I was always like, it doesn't have anything to do with it. And they were like, it has everything to do with it, just like you just said. So, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's still, even now, part of me is like, well, one reason I still hope for things in show business, which is one reason I keep doing stand-up. Otherwise, I love it.
Right.
But I still, And if I were to actually be told the actual odds of me getting any of the things that I'm hoping for,
Yeah.
I would just walk into the sea, because part of me, like when you really look at the, you just, oh, well, maybe they won't be ageist against me next year when I'm 1 year older. Like it's my, your
my
brain
God.
is like, goes into these.
I've lived my entire life saying maybe they won't be sexist against me. And I bet you black comics are like, maybe they won't be racist against me.
Yeah.
And we're all just like, maybe if we were better than the straight white guy that they clearly just are comfortable hanging out with, they can't deny it. It'll be undeniable. But and sometimes it works.
You know what? It's always deniable.
It's been,
all of our dreams are always deniable.
It's been consistently deniable. But I will say this, is that the thing about knowing the odds, I remember, there's no way that I remember people telling me the odds and me going, well, who cares? I'm not going to be a shitty comic.
Right.
I don't, it's like, I will always do stand-up comedy. I don't know what else I know that if I had to get another job, I would get another job, but I would still continue to do stand-up comedy,
Yeah, same.
It's the way it goes. And there's no shame in not being famous. There's no shame in. Oh wait, this pause. Oh good. I thought you were going to say, "What are you nuts?" Of course, there's shame in that. No, there's no shame.
No, I mean, most of us aren't famous and won't be.
Right, we're not. Yeah, and there's only so much fabulous wealth that isn't being hoarded by the 700 people that have it. Right. So I mean, to be as successful as I am is kind of an amazing gift already, obviously.
It's a huge win.
Yeah.
It's a win.
It's a win. But the fact that guy and guys like him will continue to say stuff that, especially to young women who, they're comics. They're going to show you their boobs for stage time. They're going to say, what do you need? What do you want?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Because there's going to be, because there are idiots.
I mean, there's like one. There's like maybe one in
1%. I would say 1%.
Okay.
So, yeah.
There's that percentage that does all of it, and you're just like, oh.
You're like, come on, find a different way to get stage time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I learned, that's why I learned how to play Magic cards in the early 90s. Magic the Gathering.
You consider that an acceptable substitute for showing your tits?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
Jackie.
So did Greg Matthews.
So naive.
So it's who built my first deck, you guys. And that is not, that is not any kind of analogy or parable. He actually built my first deck for Magic cards, but he was the booker for Acme, and he was a Magic the Gathering guy, and I was like, "What? I like games. I like video games." When he's like, "You might like this board game. You might like this card game," and so I got into it, and I got booked because of it.
So a deck wasn't something attached to your backyard? What are you talking?
No, and it wasn't some sort of audio deck. And this week's Dork Forest, by the way, this last week's Dork Forest was with David Reese. Do you know him from Dicktown? He's works with John Hodgman a lot. Anyway, but
but I know other people with the last name Reese.
There you go.
Continue.
And his dorkdom was this musical thing called Effects Pedals. And it is a fascinating episode of the Dork Forest where I'm like, I literally spend an hour going, Okay. Right.
Did you so I was at the Improv. I don't know who anyone is, by the way.
Oh, really?
I don't know who anyone. Eddie Ift came at me, and I thought,
oh, right.
Stephen Raff.
Oh, Jesus.
But I didn't say.
No.
He said, "Hey," and he said he saw my confusion when it's Eddie Ift. I'm like, "Oh, hey."
Oh, good.
So this is masks off. I've lost all ability. So we're in the Improv, right? And the comics are sitting in the back, and so somebody walks in, and I recognize the hair.
Okay.
And or the hair looks familiar. I've seen that hair silhouette before. So I hug the person, and I don't know who it is, but I have a guess. And I sat down. So I turned to Val Tozzi and I go, Did I just hug? I'll put the name in here.
Okay.
Did I just hug that guy?
Oh my God.
And she goes, no, that's. No.
They are they are different guys. They are very different.
They are
guys.
very different, and I'm no expert at race versus ethnicity, but may not be even the same race. But their hair, would you agree, in silhouette, their hair could be confused for each other?
Yes.
Thank you.
There you go. It's
Everyone, the ladies mocked me at the table when I told them who I thought it was.
Well, let's rescind their comic of the week cred. It's I think if you want, we could stop and do something. Kyle is taking a much needed lovely afternoon with his girlfriend, I believe.
Yeah,
and,
he let's see.
he had a life to lead.
Yeah, he can. He
Right.
can.
So let's take a Max Fun break,
Okay.
and then he can clean all of this up as we now go into what is clearly some sort of ad for
Green Chef. I'll do Green Chef.
do Green Chef.
Okay. Guys, it's Green Chef time. You know how much I love Green Chef. If you've worked, oh, sorry. Wait, too much is highlighted.
Yeah.
Hold on, Kyle. So, do we have to say that it's part of HelloFresh?
Yeah, I guess it's
Okay. All right, guys. You know me, I'm a Green Chef lover, and we have incredible news. They're working with HelloFresh now. So their Green Chef, oh my God, this is so awkward, is now owned by HelloFresh and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from. So you get the selection of HelloFresh with the awesomeness of Green Chef. And there's something for everyone. I love switching between the brands. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's start this over because this is...
let's do the ad. Yeah, do you want me to start the first one and then you can...
Well, I mean, even their example turns into directions. Like, I love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can... That just...
Yeah.
Ugh.
So...
I mean, you have to send us some first, please.
Right. It's... Okay. I'm gonna start. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, it's an ad. That's right. Because, and what you should know is that HelloFresh and Green Chef are together again. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and so they have a wider array of meal plans. I love Green Chef. And now I can also learn more about HelloFresh, and I'll be able to switch between the brands, and you can enjoy both brands at a discount with the Jackie and Laurie show. I've been trying Green Chef. We've both been trying Green Chef recently, and it's so good. And you want to talk about those family dinners? Do it.
Yeah, I mean, they kicked off the tradition of family dinner where my son and his father cook, and I lay about like an Egyptian pharaoh-esque.
And you can
they have
do
different
it
names.
because the recipes are quick and easy. Right?
Yeah, it's very easy.
Step-by-step
Exactly.
instructions. And
Right.
And there's photos, and I love the photos because the photo guys just come along. The ingredients are pre-measured and perfectly proportioned, mostly prepped, so you can spend less time stressing and more time enjoying delicious home-cooked meal. And I like the fact that they have twice now sent me seafood and fish, stuff that I never buy at the grocery store. And now I'm less scared to buy those things at the grocery store. So...
I had the same situation, but with meat. I'm just not, I don't know how to cook meat. I'm always afraid I'm not going to cook it enough. And then I just burn it to pieces. And so they sent the amount, the proper amount. They give you total instructions for this amount. I'm always like, I find something, a recipe online, and then the meat I have doesn't match what they're saying. But I'm like, well, let me just try it. And I don't know if I'm giving myself E. coli or something. And with Green Fresh, it's all done for you. You just put it in. Especially if you're not a person that knows how to cook, it makes you feel like you can try.
And I want them to call it Green Fresh because it's Green Chef and Hello Fresh. But if you go to greenchef.com/90 Jackie Laurie and use the code 90 Jackie Laurie to get $90 off, including free shipping. So it's greenchef.com/90 Jackie Laurie, and the code is 90 Jackie Laurie for $90 off.
Ooh.
And now let's go to the next one. And that one is, this will be function. You want to do function?
Yeah.
Go. Go for it.
Okay. Jackie, the only I'm not that great with skincare. I do sunscreen and a little bit of hocus pocus every once in a while, but I'm just real lazy about it. But I am very focused on my hair, and I love Function of Beauty. It's my hair is it. I don't know. Well, I just had it done, so that's probably why it's fucking
big
flying off the screen right now. This is a terrible ad. Let me start over.
Okay. Start reading at ad copy.
Thank you. There's too many things that are highlighted. Jackie, I love my hair. Okay. It's the only part of my body I don't want to cut off surgically or any way. I just want to let it keep growing and growing. Right. And it's the only thing that hasn't, as far as I can tell, when I look at old video, it hasn't aged like every other part of me. My hair still is about the same age. So, I try to take great care of it. I love Function of Beauty. They create unique and customized hair care based on a short but thorough quiz, and they give your hair everything it needs to look and feel its best. Every product is sulfate and paraben free. It's vegan. It's cruelty free. They're not trying it on rabbits. Okay.
Yeah.
And Function of Beauty fans are wild about their fragrances. Try tropical mango, sweet peach, crisp pear. I gotta try crisp pear. They also have subtler scents that I love: lavender, rose, and my beloved eucalyptus. So if fragrance is not for you, though, that's okay. You can get unscented as well.
I just got the unscented. It was great, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I like a scent.
You like a scent, and I kind of wanted to try the fruit, but I was like, well, what's the unscented like? Because I usually get the lavender. I've gotten the lavender, the rose, and now I've gotten the unscented. And I don't know. It just depends what mood I'm in. And that's the good thing about Function of Beauty, because when you do it, it's all personalized. And I called it No Smell. Because you get to name it.
That is a terrible name, and I'm glad they haven't adopted it. Guys, go to functionofbeauty.com/Jackie Laurie. Take your quiz, get 20% off your first order, and that applies to their full range of customized hair, skin, and body products. That's functionofbeauty.com/Jackie Laurie. Let them know you heard about it here. Let them know that our ads are working, and then you get 20% off your order, and then they buy more ads. It's capitalism at its finest, guys. functionbeauty.com/Jackie Laurie.
There we go. We did it.
Yay.
So, and now we could do Comic of the Week.
Okay, yeah. Our Comic of the Week is Lisa Curry suggested this lady. Lisa, and a couple other comics did a response to Bill Maher's Real Time. They did their own Real Time. They made it in like 3 days. It was really funny.
Oh, so funny.
It was an hour-long show. It had they had a panel, Zoom panel, and they had a ton of comedy and prepared sketches and stuff like that. Kind of like what you did with your late night show,
right? With your late night show, yeah.
Yeah, and so one of the writers was Rachele Friedland, who was really funny. Lisa was like, you guys should check her out. And then I watched some of her videos, and she was very funny. Let me double check her
Twitter handle. Yeah, Denver comic. Yeah.
Yes, it's Rachel, but it's spelled like this: RACHELE.
Okay.
_ capital F. As in, fuck yeah, I'm the comic of the week for the Jackie and Laurie show.
Fucking A, Rachel. You made it. The Jackie and Laurie bump. So find Rachele, R-A-C.
No, Rachel.
It's Rachel. But it's spelled
Rachel. Just stick an E at the end. You can handle that. Stick an E at the end of Rachel and then do an underscore and a fuck yeah.
And an F. And then get her some more work, because that'd be great. Sure. She would like that. All right. Now we're back.
We are back. I have a set at the Improv tonight.
Oh, do you? Did you have one last night?
No.
Oh, you were just
I had one
hanging?
last week.
So last night you were just hanging out at the Improv, and tonight?
No, that was about my last week.
Oh, last week when you were hanging out. I had one
last week,
okay.
Last Friday. Yeah, so tonight's I'm on the 10 o'clock show. Mercifully, I'm before 11. I think my set's at 10:30.
Oh, that's great. That's so great. I put in my avails. I didn't get it. I didn't get the call, but that's fine. And but I did. I've been trying to. I asked Jay Kroger from the ComedyBureau.com to help me.
I still contribute to his Patreon. I'm so grateful for all of his lists and stuff.
Right. Well, he's helping me compile a list of live action. Like where we can go
live action
stand-up shows, alty ones.
Yeah, I'm
around.
so tired of the animated shows. I've been so much work.
But yeah, did you? So you saw like the first draft, right? Of different shows.
I did.
I put it in the thread.
That's cool. Yeah. Let's see. My son got his second vaccination, so we're almost a fully vaxxed family.
He's almost
I guess 2 weeks or something.
Right. Peak vaxxed in 2 weeks.
I'm so relieved.
Did he have a
so good?
Did he have an okay reaction or?
He was out. Yes, he had it Thursday night, and then Friday he had a temp and was just resting.
Yeah.
But he's fine today.
Sure.
It was Pfizer. I think his dad had a very similar reaction to Pfizer. Now I'm thinking maybe I didn't get. I hope I got the full vaccine. Because I just had sore arms both times with Moderna.
I've heard it's a crapshoot, and some people had that kind of reaction, like what you just described for Moderna. So it can go either way.
Yeah.
Irene too talked about today how she got the Johnson & Johnson right after it came out that 6 people, 1 in a million people, and they were all women, got blood clots, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it anyway," and turns out she lived. So
yeah, and you can take blood thinners for blood clots if that's I had to take one every day for the rest of my life now because of the
stint.
So,
that's right.
Yeah, it's not so bad. It doesn't really, it's doable.
Well, and the thing is 1 in a million, and then somebody else pointed out that you had 1 in 100,000 chance of doing it with birth control pills.
Right. Which I don't ever remember being emphasized to me when I was getting birth control.
Not ever.
Or what a blood clot was or why you wouldn't want it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there were no side effects mentioned at all. And I got a bunch of them, and then I stopped taking it. And I said, we're going to be introducing condoms into our relationship. And we left it at that.
Yeah, I was on the pill and then I just wasn't dating. So I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? And then I switched to condoms and now I'm a mom. So it all works out differently.
Yeah, that is interesting. That is very much. I can't wait to go out on the road again, even though I was so psyched to be home but I had such a good weekend in Denver that I just want to run it. Right. And so next Saturday, I'm going to run it at Paper Heroes.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm just going to do an 8:00 show at Paper Heroes. Anybody wants to come.
Neat.
Yeah. Going to sell.
Where is that?
That's at one. That's Brian Jacobovitz.
I remember it, but it's in
Sherman Oaks. It's
that's right.
Burbank and Hazeltine. If you want a set, you can have the other set. I gave one of them to Virginia Jones.
What's the date on that?
I think it's the 12th. Of June.
June 12th?
Yep. And it's a Saturday. Yeah.
Yes.
And so everyone who came to your yard show, maybe they want to come to this one. This one is cost because I'm gonna pay the other comics and everybody, but it's a limited capacity. Capacity is 60. We're gonna do 30.
Okay.
And get this, Brian said that by law, we could do 45 if we checked for vaccine cards at the door, like the Improv is doing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I was like, is that the rule? Because I don't wanna check for vaccine cards. I just want people who aren't vaccinated to not be dumb and get vaccinated and stay away.
Right.
Those two things.
Can we have a show where we offer free vaccines to people? Well, wait, no, I don't want them in the audience. How about... Well, we have a show and we offer free vaccines and then they get a ticket to a show in 5 weeks.
Right. After the second shot and the 2 week to be peak vaxxed.
Yes, exactly.
And if you want to do another show in your backyard.
I do. Here's what Jackie, it's a money pit. A house is a money pit.
Yeah.
So you know how I made my son and my mom's room one long bedroom. I put in sliders, right?
Yep.
Well, there's at no point in my bedroom am I hidden from my neighbor's upstairs window.
Yeah. Right. You want
So-
a 15-foot ficus tree or something, you said, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I told you this already. So I went tree shopping, and I'm like, oh, it seems like a nightmare. You know, I'm gonna have to put it in a giant concrete container and put it on concrete because that's the only place it's available. And then William, I asked William, is there anything? And
If he had ideas yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. Of course he does. And so now, because I need a new roof.
Oh, right.
Of course.
Right.
So he's gonna build we're gonna do the garage roof first, and he's gonna build out and make this like giant sort of extra roof.
Oh, he's just gonna like a covered, like carport kind of cover?
Like more of a, like keep the roof going.
Yeah.
So that it'll kind of cover, be like shade.
Yeah.
But it's his, one of his guys stood on the roof and just took a piece of rope and then held it out to where the thing would end, and it perfectly lined up with the window, so it would completely
block the window so that you could live your life if you wanted to.
It's like, had I known that I don't know. It's just like, an
it's
unwise
another
use
speculative.
of money.
It's more speculative. Well, if I would have known that it's all that. Don't worry about it. There'll always be more money.
That's right. I gotta tell myself that.
So-
There will always be more money.
I'm trying to figure out this dad joke that I worked on today about my father and the complicated win. And because and Andy came up with a term that I was like, that I've heard of that term. I just can't, and I can't even, I'm not going to say it right. So I'm going to have to practice it. And then it's the thing that is the game Mousetrap. It's like Rube Goldberg
Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah. And
Rube Goldberg is very difficult to say.
it is not.
Rube, you go right from B to G.
Good.
It's impossible. And then another B.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
And
that's the machine.
to build a way for me to be able to say that. And I will say that the insanity is that I think I might use the reference because he recommended it as a reference that he thinks people will get. And I am like, okay, I can use it as a reference that people will get, and then I can also mention the board game Mousetrap. So then
I still, even though I know I've heard it, and it's like filibuster. It's those words. It's a term, and even Schrodinger's cat, I still forget what it means.
which is why the example is always good. And
yes. Okay. What I'm saying is, I don't think you can count on the average person to know what it means.
I could just skip.
And I don't think you can count on everyone being a Gen Xer that played Mousetrap. Some people went right to iPhones.
Right. I want there to be a Mousetrap version.
It can't be a punchline. It cannot be a punchline unless it's a callback that you set up a long time ago.
Well, it might.
In my opinion.
Right. Well, the thing is I think it would be more part of the setup because it's kind of a storytelling joke where, much like a lot of my material that is a bit of a storytelling joke. And, but I think there's potential there. So I think there's something there that I think he's right, that it could be shorthand for some people and explained and gotten and sort of an umami of a punchline, a lot of depth, a lot of savory.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you were to explain Rube Goldberg, what that was, what that term meant, the people that know what it means are gonna get to be proud of themselves for being so smart. You can see them like sitting up in their chair a little bit, right? And the people that don't know it will learn what it is and be able to get your joke.
Yeah.
So even if you have to explain it, everyone's happy.
It's a win-win. Everyone is vaguely reminded of something that they vaguely heard about once in high school. And you're like, oh, that's right. That's what that means. And it's not, it's not like a Dennis Miller kind of like you have to get every big word in the whole wide world. That's not what I'm on about. Did you see that thing that Janelle James posted on Instagram?
Was that Cat Williams' thing?
Yeah, the Cat Williams video. That was pretty great too, right?
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like him, and he is known for being super generous and fair with his openers and the people who work with him.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I thought
I will type the name.
Okay. whatever special he did, I remember thinking it was pretty cool looking. It was his last, maybe it was his last special. I think what the fuck? That's great.
Yeah. He's super generous when he has the money.
Jesus.
And when he doesn't have the money, he has to go lie down. I think he's.
As do we all.
Yeah, as do we all. And I think he's. I think my audio just went up a lot. So,
okay.
But yeah, I think he's just a guy. He's just a good guy.
Yeah, I did the Montreal Masters with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, and this is like 14 years ago, or 15, really. No, 14. No, 15, because I was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, but he walked in, short guy, dressed in a kind of a frilly, if I remember correctly, purple suit. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Here I am in maternity jeans, that stretch over my giant
I'm sure he looked
stomach.
over, I'm sure he looked at you and was like, wow. And the two of you. But I think that's right before he was doing stadiums.
Wow.
Yeah. He was doing
well. It turned out great for both of us.
Yes.
Montreal Masters.
Yes.
Yeah. Here I am in my laundry room talking to Jackie Cation.
Wait, how did I get involved in this?
Well, we're both open for free Zoom shows. If anyone has any that we could, do spots on.
Yep. I think I have a barbershop set next week. So tomorrow we're going to Big Sur. Tomorrow we're going to take Andy's mom to Big Sur to go look at the ocean and get her out of her house and, go to lunch. It's my favorite thing is to go find a coffee shop that looks at something beautiful.
That's great.
And I'm told that there is a really nice coffee shop up there that is also an art gallery.
In Big Sur? I'm sure there's a lot. Yeah. My dad used to take us to Big Sur.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, it's in NorCal.
It's
Northern California.
But isn't it like 2 hours south of the Bay Area?
You know what? It's the last part of Northern California before you bid adieu to posterity and wealth, and then you hit Central California.
Right.
Are you watching Hacks?
No, it's yet another stand-up show that I cannot be party to. Even though I understand it's incredibly well done.
It's not a stand-up show exactly, but then it's like the last episode they shot it at the Ha-Ha.
Yeah. Did they?
And they did. But I love the acting and the characters and all that kind of stuff. It's a story, right?
Yeah.
And they set it in a world that's our world. So sometimes you're like, no, that's not how it would go. So but a lot of it's like in Vegas, in Vegas stuff, which isn't my world exactly, but yeah, it was hard. Like I had to watch that episode twice because the first time I started going, she goes up to Sacramento to do a show. Mm-hmm. Like she's trying to work out some new stuff,
sure.
Right? So she goes up to Sacramento, and all I could think of was, but you have a week-long engagement at your club. Did you cancel your show tonight to go to Sacramento?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Unless your week is Wednesday through Sunday or Tuesday through Sunday, mm-hmm. and you're going up on Monday, that's fine. Tell me, because I'm worried about your show right now,
Right, because she has a 7-day show in Vegas?
Yeah.
Like Rita Rudner?
Or a 6-day show, or a 5, yes, one of those things, because they keep threatening to take away your weekend shows, which means she'd be left with Tuesday through
Thursday,
Tuesday through Thursday plus Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then a lot happens in that, and then it was just like, it's just the business,
Yeah.
where I'm like, so they're making this great show about an older female comic.
Okay.
And they're hitting all the things that that happened to us.
Yeah.
And women older than us, like Poundstone and Boozer and Carrie Snow and stuff, right?
Yep.
Like that generation too. And then you look at the specials they're giving out. Everyone's 35 or under.
Yep. Yeah, they're
so that kind of thing makes me insane.
What platform is this Hacks on?
Oh,
HBO Max?
It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah. It's tiring. That's what I meant when I included you by saying where we are. I'm in that place of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, like you and I have both done shows for this entire pandemic. You know, so we don't get rusty. For what? For nothing? For no interest. Like, what do we care about not getting rusty for?
Yeah.
If, you know what I mean? I'm having one of those days.
Right. Some days are like that where you're just like, well, I don't feel, you have to.
What's it for?
Every day.
For me? I guess it's for me.
It's for you. And it is for you. And it's for the people who love you. But that is all. And it's some days you don't give a fuck. Some days you're just like, nope, I'm mad about it. And I'm going to be mad about it. And
I mean, I'm even at the moment, I still have a writing guild job. I'm still in a very lucky place, you know? But I still get really frustrated at this. Do you guys think I quit comedy or that I'm off to the side?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm taking care of my son.
Yeah.
You know?
It turns out. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to organize the filming of this special.
Yes.
That I assume people will care or not care about once it is done. And I can't find someone to do hair and makeup that I want. I haven't really put a lot of effort into it. So I asked a friend of mine if she could do it, but she is actually working. God, she's the text message I got from her. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be working on this fancy." She didn't say fancy, but I was like, "Oh my God, it was."
In Minneapolis?
So no. I was like, because I know that she has a brother in Minneapolis. I was going to pay for her to come.
Okay.
And be my hair person. And
that's fun.
Yeah, there's going to be a TV version of A League of Their Own. She's doing the makeup on that.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, well, I know what I would rather.
It shouldn't be much makeup, Jackie. They're playing softball outdoors, but whatever.
Well, so she's gonna give me a lesson. If I can't find anyone, she's gonna give me a lesson on how to.
You can find somebody.
Right.
There's people in Minneapolis, for God's sake.
Yeah, there's people.
Get somebody in there, please.
You want me to get somebody in there? Yeah.
Yeah,
but I will take the lesson.
You're spending all this other money on all this other shit.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be like, oh, why are there circles under my eyes? Because I didn't know that this light was going to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get somebody, please.
Fair enough. Hey, let's take another Max Fun break if we could.
Okay.
Let me get some time code. Okay. Yeah, so we have 15 minutes left. I definitely want to get someone to do my hair and my makeup because on Horcrux, it was okay, but I sweat a lot, and I don't know. The woman was very nice, and she did an okay job, but I don't remember her name, and I didn't like it enough to figure it out, right?
Did you do Horcrux at Acme too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So why were you sweating a lot? Was it too warm?
Yeah, I must have been the lights, and I must have
Can you turn down
the light,
turn down the heat, turn on the AC, something? Like make it colder in the room.
Yeah. I think I might talk to Louis.
People can wear a coat. They know how to do that in Minneapolis. Okay.
Right, they could be cold for an hour and a half. It's what stand-up is.
It makes the audience better.
Yep.
Okay, when they're a little chilly.
That's what I'm told.
It does.
Yep.
Letterman did it all the time.
For all the time. And
fucking froze people.
Right. So, and then my, so I'm working on that. The guy who's filming it, you know him, Ryan, has found a different backdrop. So instead of red,
cool.
I think it'll be gray.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And just to mix it up.
What you're going to wear? Yeah, mix it up. Of course.
Well, I told him that it could be anything but black because I tend to wear a lot of black. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, that'd be weird. So, I think I don't know what I want to wear, but I think I want to be comfortable. And so I'm thinking of wearing my Captain Marvel hoodie.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
I should be as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
Because the album's going to be the big thing and the video's going to be a bonus. And then, by the way, I'm still going to do a bonus. I don't know if I'm going to make a DVD out of it, but there's going to be a bonus track of the show as seen from Zoom.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, are you having people zoom in to watch? Is it? Because doesn't Lewis have that capability?
I think
Isn't that how he made it through the pandemic?
Yeah, he did some Zoom shows, and but I don't know if it'll be that feed or if it'll be just the feed of sort of like us right now, you know?
Oh, and it'll be live. It'll be for people that pay extra.
Maybe. I don't.
Hey, cool.
I'm just gonna record the Zoom feed just because I think it's awesome.
Okay.
And I think it'll be funny. It'll be funny for me because it's such a time capsule of of 2020.
You might want to use those for some of your cutaways too, in the video of it. If you're gonna have, that's just, it could be like your 7th camera or whatever.
Oh wow, yeah. There's
kind of cool looking.
It might be.
Did you? Yeah, I mean, you just have another option. Did you watch Bo Burnham's special?
No, I hear good things though.
It's unusual.
He's
I feel like it's a special about the breakdown that we all had, all of us comedians and probably other people because they're identifying with it too, during the last year. You know, it's almost a comedy. It's a comedy about drama, right? About the drama of comedians, if that makes sense.
Okay, so it's a stand-up special?
No, he filmed the whole thing in one room over the course of the pandemic. And you can tell because he starts out pretty clean shaven or a very light beard, and then it just turns into like this scraggly,
sure.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Revenant? Yeah.
Sure.
So, and
it's cool that
the only part that remotely looks like stand-up is the very end where he has a nervous breakdown in front of the crowd. Jen Kirkman was tweeting about it, about how what she liked about it is that there's no way she could have done it. And I was like, yeah, that was a relief because I can't even look at my own shit to edit it. It's so painful for me. So those type of comedy people that can film something and film themselves from 80 different angles and then pour through it, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It makes my skin crawl. So it's just a completely different way of, they're able to look at themselves as objects, I guess, and not get all caught up in whatever they think their flaws are, which is probably a better way to be. Maybe I'll be that way one day, and I'll be able to do something like that. But it's not who I am right now.
And it's always a relief to watch something that you couldn't do, that you're like, this is great. This is interesting and smart and fun or good. And it's something that I would not have produced. That's just exciting creatively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
What platform is that on? Netflix?
That's on Netflix, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, someone mentioned it last night, and he's another. I was like, I know that is a comedian. I don't know that I've ever met him. I might have met him. It's all a blur.
I don't think he's out in clubs. I've never seen him at a club. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he does do spots, but I've never come across him. I think maybe he does do spots, but he's not out, trolling for every spot he can get like we are.
Right.
And again, maybe he's doing it right.
Right.
Right. But he started on YouTube, so he started digitally.
Okay.
So he's probably more comfortable there anyway.
Yeah, setting it up like that. I'm sure he is. It's but it does sound fascinating. We have about 5 minutes left. What do you got this week? Because this
June 15th, which
yeah.
I think is
the 12th is when we're going to do.
Week.
Yeah, this week we're doing Paper Heroes on the 12th. But what do you got anything?
On the 13th, I'm opening for Maria at the Dynasty on Sunday morning, the brunch comedy show that she's doing.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sunday the 13th, that's so great.
Yes. Then the 15th of the next week is Flappers grand opening, and I'm doing a spot on the Flappers show.
Oh, I think I am too. The Tuesday the 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then the 16th, I'm at a bowling alley in...
Where? Covina? Is it the Covina one?
It's out out there. I don't know.
No.
Hold on. Let me check.
That used to be a good I want, that actually paid a couple of bucks, too. Does it pay a couple of bucks?
Hold on. It pays a couple of bucks. It's at Harley's Valley Bowl in Simi Valley.
Oh, God. All right.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I actually write that down so I can ask you who books that.
Yes.
Simi Valley, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Bruce got it for me, so it went through somebody else, but let me...
Okay. And Simi Valley's not far. Really?
No,
really?
It's,
okay.
Yeah, it's the home of the infamous Rodney King beating and where a lot of cops live.
Wow.
I think they got a lot of the OJ... Wait. No, they got a lot of the Rodney King jury, I think, from Simi Valley. So it was either cop adjacent, whatever.
Yeah. You think they'd like my murder hornet joke?
Yes, obviously.
It's the place to go do it. Yeah, so I don't have anything except for, I think, Flappers. And then I'm doing some live code names. I'm doing like a video game. Mm-hmm. Oh, I played a video game with Ron Funches and Carmen Morales yesterday. It's a dodgeball. It's this thing called Knockout City. And it's just a first-person shooter, but it's dodgeball. It's like supersonic dodge,
fun.
where you play as a team. It's sort of like Apex Legends, where you work as a team. I was the worst. I kept falling off of buildings, and you throw balls, and you could also roll yourself up. So I would roll myself up, and Ron Funches would pick me up and throw me. Do you know that I once played laser tag with Ron Funches and his son? And they killed me.
That sounds fun.
50 times. I had never played. I love laser tag. I had only played it one other time. And this was so much more fun because it was packed. It was in Texas somewhere for Moon Tower. And it was Ron Funches and a bunch of other comics. But Ron, all I remember is that Ron and his son both peppered the hell out of me. And I was dead. Super.
I have a Zoom show tonight, which would be Monday. Flappers. We always do a Writers of Conan, and it's usually just me and Brian Kiley, and then some other comics jump in. Brian McDaniel almost always hosts. So if you guys want a Zoomer tonight at 7 p.m.,
that sounds fun.
Come on over for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is enough.
I do too.
Hey, guess what? I didn't film it. I didn't record it.
Oh, okay. We have the audio, right?
Yeah, that's all we have.
Okay. That's good. We don't need video of me complaining about hacks.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop recording.